Glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a bright, focused foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
You are listening to the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations. 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tori? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tori, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's really what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering,
Awesome.
Where's Tori? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tori Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tori Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tori Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How y'all doing out there in radio land? How y'all doing in the chat? We got another powerful show for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Thank you for joining me this Thursday, March 12th, 2026. Hey, look, we got a lot to cover in the show today. Who we got in the chat? We got Essie in the chat, Kawanda, Sincere Running Ray Real in the chat, Josh in the chat, Not Really a City Girl. I see you, girl. We got Jeff in the chat. Deacon, okay, we got the Deacon saying, Puff in the chat. Sylvia is in the chat. Hey, salute. We got another powerful conversation for you today. But before we get started, I wanted to bring something up that I was having a conversation about. I think this was like yesterday. And, you know, I love my brothers and sisters from the cloth, from the church, because I was a deacon at 15 years old. Everybody know that. But I love the brothers that's tapped in. I love my brothers that's out here serving the community, because that's how I came up. You know, once I got involved in the church, I just started, you know, serving. They taught me to serve the old bishops. I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know it's looking kind of, you know, it's looking kind of unfamiliar a little bit. But hey, what I'm saying is we was taught to serve. And servitude didn't mean you was serving like somebody like a slave or something like that. It meant like you was just serving people in need, serving people that were from your community, that were from your surroundings, whether they were sick, whether they needed help moving, whether they needed their grass cut, whether they needed their snow shoveled, or whether they needed you to go to the grocery store and just grab them something. You know, the elders sometimes would call me when I was in church, and they would be like, Deacon Lowe, I need you to go and grab me something from the store, and, you know, or take them to the store. So it was just the serving the needs of my congregation. But then you get to 2026, and many times it's disheartening for me to not to see that energy from the church out in the communities. You know what I mean? As community members, we had to get out there. We had to canvass the neighborhood. You know, we threw like things in the community for people to eat. You know, we did so much, you know, to make sure that we did our part. And many times it's just disheartening. Like, you know, when I hear disturbing news coming from the church or, you know, from a spirituality standpoint. But there was a conversation that I had, and it was a saying that people used to say, don't be so heavenly minded that you know earthly good. Don't be so heavenly minded that you know earthly good, self-righteous, you know, where you got all these spiritual things going, but in real life, you know, the people down the street don't even know. You living in the neighborhood where nobody don't even know what you even do. Or you're not spreading that knowledge of love amongst your family members, your community. You know, you got to be some good to those or contribute to those around you instead of, you know, being so heavenly minded that, you know, I won't even want to go around them folks because, you know, I'm too heavenly minded. Now, I ain't saying go somewhere and get shot now. I ain't trying to say that.
I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say is, but being out and around and being a light and an example of what you want to see, that's powerful. Being out in the community, doing things, letting the neighborhood know that you're a resource, that's powerful. And this is how I was taught. This is how I was taught to serve. Be an example of what you want to see. Now, that don't mean like people don't get out here and make mistakes along the path. You know, the Bible is full of folks that made mistakes along their path. You know, I'm not saying that you're going to be perfect. I don't even think about perfection at all. Like I don't think perfection is in nothing I'm trying to do. I'm thinking I'm just trying to get an outcome, a positive outcome. Like I'm only trying to get the result. And many times in that pursuit, you're going to make some mistakes because if it's no blueprint many times on how to get results for those in need. And every case is different. So what I'm saying is you can't be so heavenly minded that you know earthly good, that you can't produce on this earth, that you can't be an example or a light of what you believe. And I'll say this, everybody wants to have this big Martin Luther King speech. I'm going to keep saying that because every time people say, I want to talk, I want to get in this meeting, I want to let my voice be heard. But in the last 80 years, how's that helped us? We still got things going on and we still hearing all these speeches. People got meetings going on. We still ain't got the potholes up off the street. Like, at least somebody, if you got some power, like go get them potholes up off the street. That'll be a huge victory for a lot of people that cars are getting tore up every day trying to get to work or trying to take their loved ones somewhere to the grocery store and they hit a big pothole. Like, let's get real. Like stop being so out there within the thought that you're not right down the street and you're not seeing the direct effect that negative things are having on your community. And we gotta recenter our thoughts. We gotta tap within ourselves to say, hey, look, I'm going to make sure that I see something. If I see something in my community, I'm going to try to get something done. Especially if you say you know the Lord, especially if you one of the clergy. I love when the clergy tap into the power that they have within themselves. But like I said, each and every individual have something within them that they can contribute to the world. I was leaving from work the other day, and a young man that I talk to all the time stopped me, and he showed me something the other day. And his grandfather, he showed me a video of his grandfather. And his grandfather was a pastor. His grandfather was a pastor. And so when he showed me this video, the grandfather had said something so powerful on this snippet. He said, everybody has something within them to make them a billionaire. I said, whoa. Not like money is everything, but he was trying to say that everybody has something special about them. And if they tap into it, your gifts will make room for itself. So when he said that, he mentioned Bill Gates. He mentioned all of these billionaires, Bezos, all of these billionaires that we talk about all the time, but they got the same 24 hours that we have. They have the same day. They wake up just like we do. And what he was trying to say was, if you tap in from within, inside yourself, you're no different than everybody that have done it and have accomplished things. You can do it too. And that was a powerful message because many times when something happens, you don't believe that you're the one that can fix it. Many times when you see a problem, you think of the person who can solve the problem, but you don't think that you can solve the problem. But if you tap in to the power that you have inside that's been locked up, you'll find out that person you think that can solve the problem is no different than you are. They just tapped in. And you could do the same thing if you tap in to your power, to your inner being, to your inner talent. It's a powerful message going on today, if y'all can catch it. It's time to repair the village. 2026. And it's going to happen because of you. It's going to happen because you're going to take the initiative to get it done. It's going to happen because you decided enough is enough. Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to get into the show, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game. In 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about 4 walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Hey, we got an announcement to make. A limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, willing and dealing, son of a gun. Woo! Ric Flair is coming to Milwaukee, March 27th at the Riverside Theater. Thanasis Antetokounmpo hosts Thanasis Live with the WWE Hall of Famer and global icon himself. This is not a cameo. This is not a 5-minute interview. This is a full live show, high energy, unfiltered storytelling, behind the scenes moments you never heard. And if you know Thanasis, you know that he's going to bring the juice, the energy, and the laughs, the surprise. And when Ric Flair grabs the mic, anything can happen. Tickets are limited. Do not wait. Lock in on your tickets now at thenalisisshow.com. Thanasis Live, March 27th at the Riverside Theater, presented by Gruber Law Office and Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. I got to tell y'all something before we get into the show. All right, so I'm going to be 50 this year. I'm going to be 50. This July, I'm going to be 50. I don't feel like it. I don't even feel like it because when I first got to high school, they told me that I would either be dead or in jail. They told me that I would either be in dead or in jail my freshman year when I walked into high school. And I was, I wasn't a deacon my freshman when I first walked in my freshman year. I wasn't in church. I didn't meet the mentor didn't come until like maybe after football season. Like right after football season, that's when I started, attending church. But I'll say this. My daughter now, my daughter is getting older and she's, getting involved in programs and things like that. And so I had to take her shopping the other day. I had to get her out shopping because now she needs an outfit because she's going to a business casual event. I said, oh my goodness. So, and I think this is the first time I took my daughter shopping for like business casual stuff because she's always been a kid. She got like clothes, but she wanted business casual. So, oh my goodness, they grow up so fast. So I'm out looking around. Me, her, and her mom, we out looking around. And so we get in this section where a lot of the adult women's clothing wear, like the nice dresses, the like evening gown dresses, with the short that show a lot of the cleavage. I said, we got to get out of this section. It's time we got to go in the section where it's something more, where you can get more covered up. Then she started laughing like, yeah, Dad, so it's cool if I'm covered up, but I can't look at none of this. I said, nope, you can't look at none of this, And I remember coming up, I didn't have my dad around. Like, I don't know. I guess I'd never been shopping with my dad or, where he could kind of interact with me in that way. But that yesterday just made me laugh because now she's getting to the age where she's starting to do more and get involved in more situations where she's becoming a young adult. And now I'm like, here we go. Like, so, but it did remind me of the generational curse that's being broken. Like, I didn't have my parents like that. I had grandma, but like, it just reminds me that you can get out here and try to break some of these generational curses on your family. It finally hit me that, wow, like I get to talk to my daughter in a space where I never had a dad to really explain to me, okay, wear this tie, or, wear these jeans, or, this looks good on you or that don't look good on you. I didn't have that experience. But now to see that my daughter is starting to get in that space and her mom was with us and we was just talking like, this is amazing to see, because her mom didn't have her father either. So I think we both got to the point where we're looking at each other like, okay, we're able to have these moments that we didn't share when we were coming up. So I think that, many times as we develop, no matter where you develop or how you develop, you can always create. And don't ever forget that we're here to create. And even though you may have not had certain things, certain elements, that is not an excuse to not create those elements if you want those elements in your life. So it takes a little hard work, and it's not easy. None of it is easy, but that was a proud moment for me to see that she is growing into somebody that's trying to not only just get engaged, she's trying to be on committees and stuff like that, Andrew. I said, okay, well, she's starting to learn how to, do like events where they have meetings and host meetings and stuff like that. I said, that's okay. It's just interesting to watch. But Andrew, when I was younger, and I had to do everything I had to find out a lot on my own. Like a lot of my family to this day don't, I don't see them around when I'm having to deal with the community. I'm a self-made community advocate, self-made. I took the teachings from the church now. Don't get me wrong. I took those biblical principles that I learned from the old bishops, But they never told me people was going to be acting like this. They never.
No.
There's no script for this. It was not a script. It wasn't no way they could tell me. You know the best thing that my elders taught me how to do is pray. That was it. That was the best thing. The first, because I used to ask them questions, and they was like, well, did you pray about it? And I would look at them like, how come every time I ask y'all a question, y'all always tell me to pray about it? Now I understand. Because some things folks can't help you with. Some things you got to leave it up to God. Some of the elders know that you got to get the wisdom from God. So I just wanted to throw that out there, and it was just a moment that when I got done, I just felt like, wow, like you can overcome, you can get around a lot of the negative things that happen in your life if you really, truly work to do it. It takes a little work, but hey, pow!
It's super cool that you're present in your kid's life, Tori.
Well, it ain't even that. It's just the conversations, the moments like that you never had, but you creating the moments. That's it. Like
creating memories.
Because I talk to my dad now. Like we have a relationship. I'm talking to my dad now. So like and I don't blame. I didn't care if he wasn't around. I'm just happy he's available to talk to now. And I got a little family history from his side of the family that I never had. So I never held anything or any grudges against my dad. I don't know what happened to what led to him not being around like that. But I'm happy we having the conversations that we having now for like about the last, 3 years now that I talked to my dad for the last 3 years, and I've never went backwards and told him, hey, why wasn't you around? Why you didn't do that? No, I had grandma and I had my mentors and I had people telling me. I finally got to a point where I was allowed to have people around me to direct me. So I ended up right here on the Tory Lowe Show. So I'm not upset. Maybe if you talk to, my brother or somebody that probably didn't overcome certain obstacles, maybe they'll be upset. But I'm just happy to have that good conversation with my dad right now. So I and my mom, we sit down and we talk for hours now. But at the same time, that don't mean I have those memories as a child. But I'm building the adult memories, and hopefully my kids can have the grandfather and grandmother, maybe they could be grandparents to them. But look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we're going to have a pop culture report. I was going to get into the show, but I had to tell y'all that. Sometimes I get in here and I want to let y'all in on certain things that's happening in my life. So that was one of the moments. Don't get used to that. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more. We're going to have the pop culture report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
The worst kind of whites, not that I'm picking on white folks, but you know how it goes, is the ones that think that they will lose something if this country becomes more fair and equal. I'm going to say that again. The worst kind of white people are the ones that think that if a black person gets a job and gets an opportunity and they ignore how hard the black person had to work and the racism, the bigotry, and the discrimination, and just how people turn their noses up at smart black people. They hate us. And the black person works really hard and overcomes maybe generational curses of poor health and poverty and all of those things. And we got to deal with the police and the criminal justice system that doesn't often have our backs. And then the black person gets a job, gets an opportunity, and a white person sees that and thinks that they lost. Those are the worst kind.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon. Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 1017 The Truth.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkbylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
This Sports Center update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
Game is over, and Marquette loses in the first game of the Big East tournament to Xavier, 89-87.
Steve the Homer True on the call. Royce Parham finished with 22 points and 9 rebounds for the Golden Eagles, who finished 12-20 on the season. Nigel James Jr. added 18, 7 assists, and 3 steals for Marquette. Number 23, Wisconsin, plays in the Big Ten tournament today against Washington. Tip-off is set for 2:30 p.m. The Badgers are 14-6 against Big Ten opponents this season. The teams played each other for the second time. Wisconsin won the last matchup 90-73 in February, with Brendan Carrington scoring 32 to help push Wisconsin to the victory. And the Miami Heat host the Milwaukee Bucks tonight after Bam Adebayo's historic 83-point game. Bucks forward Giannis Antetokounmpo is cleared to play after missing the Bucks' last game with a calf strain. Tip-off tonight is at 6:30 p.m. This True Sports Update was brought to you by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Hey, look, we got the Pop Culture Report brought to you by Tory Lowe and Andrew. How you doing, Andrew?
I'm doing good, Tory.
Hey, Andrew. I'm hearing that Dr. Dre has officially become billionaire status.
Yes, sir. That is right. Dr. Dre from NWA fame, producing fame. After nearly a dozen years after he called himself hip-hop's first billionaire, Forbes finally agrees, Tory. Forbes put out their list of the new billionaire, the 2026 list. He says, just because I'm on the list, nothing has changed, right? He sold Beats to Apple for $3 billion back in 2014. That's when he's claimed that he was a billionaire for the first time. However, Forbes does a little bit more digging, I think. I think they keep track of a little bit more of the net worth stuff than maybe Dr. Dre does. And they have now officially certified him a capital B billionaire.
Okay, so what if the Apple deal didn't do it? What tipped him over the top?
According to Forbes, I think it's a lot of interest. I think it's also a lot of real estate. Dr. Dre has gotten into buying properties along the West Coast recently. I think that has kind of helped shape it. He is now tied for, drumroll please, the 3,302nd richest person alive. So he broke the list. He's now one of the richest people ever. He now joins Rihanna as well as Jared Kushner on that list. They're all in the same net worth quality right now, Tory.
Oh, wow.
So this is...
Well, like I said, Dr. Dre been around for a long time. Now, he's added to the list, but is Kanye West still a billionaire? Or, I mean, I think Kanye West was taken off the list, then he was added back to the list. I mean, these lists are just, to me, it's contractual. To me. Yeah, because look what happened to Kanye West. He was a billionaire, then as soon as he said something they didn't like, 4 days later, he's back down. He's off the billionaire list. So what is that? I mean, is this all contractual? Or is this, you got $1 billion through what? Like, what? How do they come up with the value?
Well, what's interesting,
because if he says something, if Dr. Dre gets out here and says, or remakes, Forget the Police Part 2, and then they get mad, then all of a sudden he's off the list.
Somebody made a point to me a long time ago, Tori, that if you are really one of the richest people alive, would you want everybody to know about it? And that's always stuck with me. Like, if you're actually one of the richest people, wouldn't you just pay Forbes not to put you on the list?
Well, I'll say this. I used to watch MTV Cribs, then to come to find out, a lot of that was staged. So I'm not saying he can't, because if anybody is close or at the status, it is Dr. Dre. It is the West Coast. He's the father of gangster rap. He did things with Jimmy Iovine through Interscope. He found Eminem. What he made off of Eminem, he could live off that for the rest of his life.
Yeah, just the interest off of what he found on Eminem, he could live on. Now, He does join again the group of celebrities on this list: Jay-Z, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Bruce Springsteen, Rihanna, all. Think about this, though. They all have other things that they do. It's not just the music thing. So
the music was just the advertising.
Exactly.
But hold on. Dre was a producer. So he's still making money off the beats that he produced, classic albums. So he's still making that. But what I'm saying is, when they announce that you're a billionaire, now that Kanye West have shown us that you could be a billionaire one day and zeroed and fighting to keep your bank accounts open the next day. I mean, do you have to follow certain guidelines to even achieve billionaire status? Do you have to walk softly to be a billionaire? Like, can you be rebel-rousing and still become a billionaire like Kanye West? Like, Kanye West spoke out against a lot of things that kind of caused people to turn the water off on him.
Yeah.
So, do you have to walk on eggshells, like, and not say nothing politically or take a stance to get into billionaire status?
I think you've raised an excellent point. However, let's look at the other people who are on this list. Elon Musk, the richest man alive, certified.
Right.
Dr. Dre only has $838 billion to catch up to him. The richest man, shakes,
and that's technological. That's through technology.
And he shakes a lot of different bushes.
Yeah,
right?
but he was but before he shook bushes, he already had the billions.
So my question is so I hear what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You have to reach a certain level of billion. Like 1 billion, not enough. You got to get to like 5, 10, 15 billion.
I don't know. That's a lot. These are a lot of numbers. I mean, I don't know. I think that Elon Musk recently became controversial over the last, decade, after he was a billion, after he had made his money.
Well, the other interesting part of this whole list is that Larry Page, the co-founder of Google, is number 2 on the list. But the difference between the two, between 1 and 2 and Dr. Dre, is not that far, all things considered. It's a couple, it's like, I want to say $600 billion between Elon Musk and the number 2 person overall. Think about that. $800 billion, number 2 on the list, $250 billion. Hard to believe.
Well, I'll say this, salute to Dr. Dre. Many times when we talk about the music industry, it's kind of shaky right now. And this is just when I saw this is just my opinion. Diddy fell off the list and they put Dre up there. So Diddy was just recently, because before all of the court stuff, Diddy was announced as a billionaire. Then when he went out, he's no longer there. But now we took one down, we put another one up. Now this pattern is, I seen this with Kanye. When they took Kanye West down from being a billionaire, they put Diddy up. Diddy became that in the billionaire conversation. They took Diddy down, they put Dr. Dre up. I'm just saying. I know that if y'all feeling me, let me know in the chat. Did y'all see this? Did y'all see how this billionaire idea went when it comes to Kanye West,
I
Diddy,
understand.
Dre. Like, they seem like they got to have one person in there similar, because Kanye West, what, raps and makes beats? Diddy, what, raps and makes beats? Dr. Dre, what, raps and makes beats? So one of them got to be in there. They lost Diddy. They lost, I think Ye kind of rebound, though. They said that Yeezy's, his brand, once he went solo, they said he's back up there again. And I think he has an investment with the Kardashians with the Skims.
Right now, according to the Google machine, Tori, Kanye West net worth $400 million, which that seems very low to me, considering...
Right now, his net worth is worth $400 million.
$400 million, which seems low.
Well, it was at $300 million. So they added an extra 100 from somewhere. But what I'm saying is, this is a weird pattern that I've been seeing. And now all of a sudden it's Dr. Dre turn. I hope they don't, people don't come out with no lawsuits, because everybody in Dr. Dre position, that Diddy, Dre, Kanye West position, they don't stay there too long.
So you're telling Dr. Dre?
I don't know. I believe he better keep his head on the swivel. He better keep his head on the swivel, because they took down Diddy, now Dre there. Okay, now what if something happens where people start accusing Dre of years of abuse? I'm just saying, it's just a weird spot to be in. If I was Dr. Dre, I would do exactly what you said. I would pay them to not tell that I'm a billionaire, because it seems like they're in that some reason they want a producer/rapper right there.
I'll tell you, at some point, I just want to be left alone if I'm any of these people, right? Like, I want to make my money. I want to go to my yacht. I don't want anybody to talk to me. Just leave me alone. Keep me off the list. Keep me off the front pages.
Right. Well, all I'm going to say is I would keep my head on the swivel if I was Dr. Dre, because a lot of people that came out in the past saying things. Also, I watched the Michelle A documentary, the Michelle A, what they call biopic. She wasn't even in the NWA biopic. So they went and made her own biopic of Michelle A, the singer, West Coast singer, that was produced by Dr. Dre. And I almost cried when I saw that, because they didn't show none of that in the Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, there's a lot of creative licenses taken in that movie, Tori.
Right.
I enjoyed it, but a lot of people who are real historians, real hip-hop heads, did not like that movie very much.
Well, I'm going to say this. What was the name of Michelle A's biopic? Something in My Heart? Yeah. If you ain't seen it, and if it wasn't true, why didn't they sue? Because it was crazy. That biopic was crazy. I hate when I see, when you look at your favorite entertainers and then years later, you get to see their biopics and you just want to cry. Because it was nothing like we was marketed. A lot of the marketing we see, because they got to launch the album, they got to sell records. They don't show when all of the lights go out, how they be being mistreated, especially the female entertainers.
I'm going to zag on that. I don't think we're going to get another good documentary like that gives us background on any artist, because of the social media age now. We know everything. I know everything I could know about any one of these artists.
Because it's coming out today.
Exactly.
Yeah, social media has flipped the game. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more Pop Culture Report. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You bid, they benefit. It's that simple. WTMJ's Kristen Bry here to tell you that WTMJ is hosting a silent auction for the Milwaukee Diaper Mission. And the auction is live now. Bid now at WTMJcares.com. Bid on game-worn Giannis gear, a signed bat from Brewers slugger Andrew Vaughn, and a golf foursome at Morningstar Golf Club. You score something amazing, local families get the diapers they desperately need. Auction closes Friday. Bid now at WTMJcares.com.
As the White House threatens to take over state elections, restrict abortion nationwide, and take away our health care, the Wisconsin Supreme Court is the last line of defense for our rights. That's why the Supreme Court election on April 7th is so critical. The ACLU does not endorse or oppose candidates, but wants you to make an informed decision. When it comes to abortion rights, Maria Lazar supported overturning Roe v. Wade and is endorsed by groups that want to ban abortion. Chris Taylor voted against abortion bans and defended abortion rights while working with Planned Parenthood. And on the issue of voting rights in Wisconsin, Maria Lazar defended efforts to rig elections for one political party through extreme gerrymandering of congressional and legislative districts. Chris Taylor opposes rigging the system with extreme partisan gerrymandering. On April 7th, stand up for our rights. Paid for by American Civil Liberties Union, Incorporated.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Need to look your best for a special occasion? You need the $100 hookup. This incredible deal includes a marvelous suit, shirt, and tie, all for $100. Only at Nick Cavani's, home of the $100 hookup. And that isn't limited to some standard stock suit. You'll be pleased by the top quality and variety of fashion offered at Nick Cavani's. No matter the occasion, maybe you're just ready for a fresh, new, stylish look. Get hooked up today at Nick Cavani's in Mayfair Mall and at nickcavani's.com.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hawes Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Hawes of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
.101.7 The Truth, Tori Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Tori Lowe and Andrew. Hey, look, Andrew, it's a lot going on with this Travis Scott. It's sounding the horn that artists shouldn't be tried in court over lyrics.
Yeah, so Tori, this is a really interesting case, and Travis Scott put on his lawyer hat for this one. So Monday, Travis Scott and his legal team, including Jay-Z's longtime attorney, they filed a brief to the Supreme Court over this man in Texas. His name is James Garfield Brodniks. He was convicted in 2009 of killing two men. He was later sentenced to death. That's not great. The problem is that when the prosecutors played some of his rap lyrics to essentially try to convict him of this, because in the rap lyrics, they're violent. He talks about killing. Right. And essentially, the prosecutors use this to get a guilty plea, a guilty verdict. The other part, and Travis Scott has highlighted along with his legal team, is that it was a nearly all-white jury in the man's case in Texas. So there's a problem here. Right? All-white jury, you're playing rap lyrics. Travis Scott, and as well as other artists, including Killer Mike, T.I., Young Thug, all have come out and said you shouldn't use rap lyrics in the courthouse. Like, this is a problem. This is art versus doing anything else. If a painter painted a violent photo, would you use that painting to try to convict them of murder?
Yeah.
A rock artist?
Yeah. I mean, all right, let me get this straight. Let's say a little kid is in school and they draw a picture of something where it looks like a stick man is stabbing a kid or something. That wouldn't disturb you?
I think that.
Now, hold on. I'm just talking. Like,
it would disturb
you.
Okay,
that would set off a little bit of like, okay, well, what's going on here?
Ring some bells.
Yeah, but this is art. It's art. And people paint pictures. And many times people are going to get questioned or held in question over that art. So I'm not for, now let's say they didn't have no evidence. And then So they don't have no evidence, no gun, no finger, no direction to point the situation at you. And then they play your rap lyrics and they violent. Now, I'm against that. Because, okay, that means that, okay, you're just trying to find something to make this stick. Did this guy have evidence of killing somebody?
It appears so, but they were using this as a way to kind of try to maybe persuade the jury. If there was somebody who's on the fence.
Did this guy have a situation that was pointing at him for murder?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I want to say. Okay, so the rap lyrics is secondary. That's the icing on the cake.
Right.
Okay.
But there should be no icing on this cake. They shouldn't get to you.
Well, if you kill, first of all, you're talking to an advocate right now. And I'm not for to allow people to let you loose off of harming innocent life. I play everything, play the whole song. Get them out of here.
Album.
I'm not gonna, if you out here harming innocent life, I'm cooking by any means necessary to me. That's my stance. So I'm kind of what they say. I'm not the right person to try to find a thumbnail for somebody that killed somebody. I'm not that type of person. Okay, but what I would say, this is what I would say. If there was a situation where he was not guilty and they had said, okay, you're the one we're going to charge with this. No roads leading to you committing this crime. But yet you made a rap album, and it was violent, and you was talking about shooting, pew-pews and everything. I have a problem with that.
I think so. The argument that they're bringing to the Supreme Court is that the rap lyrics are First Amendment right, and that historically it's only been minority artists who have been used their rap lyrics against them. Like, it's not,
What white rapper talking about shooting up Sherwood? That's a false statement right there. Okay, all right. But it is white rappers now getting the green light, like Tekashi 6ix9ine, by people in that culture to rap and say the N-word and things like that, and defending them. So I've seen this in the recent years, but I'm going to tell you that other cultures are not really trashing their community like that. Like, they're not, the way hip-hop is now is something else. It's targeting their own community members and things like that, sexually, hypersexual. What I'm saying is you'll never see a black rapper go rap and talk about doing things to a white community. You don't think that they're talking about a white community. You don't think that they're talking about a small town in Iowa or Wisconsin. You thinking they talking about they block, they neighborhood where other blacks live. But trust me, if they had made a song, I always said if a black rapper made a song right now about killing in Milwaukee, he wouldn't make it a week. He wouldn't make it out. They would hear that. The people in these small towns would hear that album, and trust me, something gonna happen. Something gonna shake. But as long as you talk about your people, as long as you talk about destroying the people in your neighborhood, I ain't got a problem with that. And I got a problem with these rappers trying to find a way to allow these people who are being very violent, making these harsh lyrics, and trying to find a way to get, we don't need this in the court. No, you need to, if you don't want it to be used against you, then you don't need to say it. You got a right to remain silent. Don't get on no album and start cussing and talk about shooting and killing folks, because you really talk about killing me. You're not talking about killing nobody in Wauwatosa. So I'm not with this. Don't talk about it. And don't commit no crimes. Don't go out there and kill nobody either.
Yeah, I think that's the most important part of this. I think that's the bottom line here, Tori.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, let's move on. Speaking of music, let's talk about Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner.
Here we go.
They are now firing back at Ray J. If you remember what Ray J said, he accused the Kardashian clan of planning to release the infamous sex tape that him and Kim Kardashian shot. He said that they did that to maybe ruin his career, but also propel their career. If you remember that,
Once again,
film came out, and then they had Keeping Up with Kardashians just a couple weeks later.
Use the brother to get ahead. Hey, same story, same song. All across the world is the same song.
They're suing him for defamation now, and they're going to have to go under oath and say that what the plan was. So now we finally will maybe get to the bottom of how this video actually
First of all, ain't Ray J dying or something? Well, he may not be alive to even see the end of this lawsuit. Didn't he just, when it just news
His mother
that,
said that he's
hold on,
in a tough
wait a
spot,
minute.
yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute. Didn't he just faint on stage?
Got blood coming out of his eyes.
I mean, they didn't, they said that he fainted into the crowd or something like that?
No, it's
okay,
bad.
so, I mean, I'm just saying.
His mother came on social media and said it was pretty bad. So,
all I'm saying is Ray J may not even be around. All right, so according to him, according to what they saying on his end. But let's say that they do think it's defamation. Ray J better have some receipts. Because,
which is interesting. Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, he said what he said. I'm sure some receipts there.
There has to be something.
And they both got paid from it.
Well, so that's the other thing, is how much did they get paid from it? Did they go into it knowing that they were going to get paid? And
they looked like it was a business deal.
It's crazy.
And Kim Kardashian came out on top.
In a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways. Hey, I'm just saying. Well, look, thank you for that pop culture report, Andrew. Thank you for that pop culture report. Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to open up the lines, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Regroup, rethink, and reshape, and get on the front lines. It's only to your benefit. I always tell people, you helping the overall ideal of a better community, it actually helps you out. It helps you out. It helps your family out. It's time. Do not bring that reactionary attitude into the new year. This is the best time to start fresh. This is the plot. They plot this out, and it's been going on for years. This is normal. This is the way it is. This is where we are right now. It's all buddy-buddy. And if you're not a part of the friend situation, you're not getting in. They don't want nobody getting in and seeing where the messy. That's why I'll never get in. Because they know I'm not going to play around about my community. They know I'm not going to sit in no meetings and see y'all shucking and jiving and sniggling and giggling and not say nothing about it. I'm going to tell you to shut up.
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m. Live on YouTube and right here on 101.7 The Truth.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
We are the home of Milwaukee Black Talk. 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
When
Baby boy, go crazy.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. Stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And look, this is Women's History Month. And look, we want to celebrate and salute all the women that are out here doing amazing work with the family, with the community, making an impact. So today is, my question of the day is, I need y'all to call in and salute some of the women that you know that's out here doing an amazing job, not only with the family, but with the community, with, being a light. And I said that I got to make sure that I, put a question out here for the women that's doing amazing work, especially the women on the front line. So I'm going to open up the lines today, Truth Nation. I need you to call in, 833-212-1017, and you can describe this amazing woman in your life, and it could be your spouse, it could be somebody at work, it could be somebody in the community that's making a difference and an impact, not only on you, but in the community as well. 833-212-1017. This is my question for Women's History Month right here on the Tory Lowe Show. We got to send shouts out to just the many different things, the many different hats that women have to wear in our community. And I'm going to tell you this, women are amazing to me. Women are amazing to me. They got to make sure they help with the kids. If they have children, they got to make sure that they get up every day and go to do what they do and whatever they're doing. And then, you look at them and say, wow, like, how are you maintaining these things? How are you able to do all of this, And I just think it's powerful. I think it's powerful. Many times I wonder, like, how are you able to manage that schedule? Like, when I'm out in the community and women, they have kids, they got to get them to school, they got to get them to doctor's appointments. Don't let them have after-school activities. Don't let them have after-school activities. Then that ain't including what she got to go to work and do. That ain't including what she got to go to work and do. Then she got to try to keep somebody happy in a relationship. Oh, wow. Y'all women, it's powerful. Y'all, this is something that we got to acknowledge, the beauty and the power and the strength of a lot of the women in our communities. This is Women's History Month, and I can't let a day go by. I can't let this month go by. It's the 12th without acknowledging powerful women in our lives. Hey, look, salute to you all that are out here. I don't know how y'all do it. I'm not a woman. I don't know how y'all manage it. But y'all make it look good. Hey, look, we got Miss Nikki on the lines. If you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. How you doing, Miss Nikki?
Good afternoon, Tori, and thank you so much for taking my call and giving me the opportunity to shout out an amazing woman in my life. And I have to say this, I am extremely blessed to be around a circle of amazing women who are doing phenomenal things in the community. From, a friend of mine is at the Boys and Girls Club working with the kids. She's the director over STEM. I have a friend who's the president of African American Chamber of Commerce, right? But I want to talk about my daughter, Tori, and my daughter, who is currently NPS first grade teacher. And when I tell you, she brings her heart, her whole heart into her classroom, and often, almost every day, Tori, we talk to each other because she cares so deeply. I work with her to decompress her day because she sees what's happening, and she gets up every morning and she does it again. And she's a wife and she's also a mom. And the reason why I want to shout her out, Tori, because I did not send her to school to follow my path. I've been a community educator. I've been in the community for many years. I sent her to Tennessee State University, and when she graduated, she was the marketing coordinator for Aramark. She worked in Times Square. She came home for COVID. Wow. And at that time, I was working for NPS. She got a job at NPS, and she ended up teaching, and now she's getting ready to graduate with her master's in education. So I want to shout her out because as a mom who was a teen mom, right, she made me a mom at 16. It is wonderful to see that, you know, the work and things that I've inspired within her, but to see her do what she does every day, my goodness, she's one bad young lady. So I want to shout out to my daughter, Ariel Stewart.
That's what I'm talking about. That's sounding powerful, Miss Nikki. See, this is where I say, this is the amazing things that women are doing. And many times they don't get the flowers or they don't get the acknowledgement. But like I said, this is the time. And I appreciate you for bringing that to the light. And also I appreciate all the amazing work that you do as well. You have been phenomenal.
Thank you, Tori. I appreciate it.
Miss Nikki.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you so much.
God bless you. Hey, look, let me tell you something. This is not the time to be silent right now. A lot of things that these women out here doing go unnoticed or, many times unappreciated. But today I'm opening up the lines, 833-212-1017, for you to shout out that phenomenal woman in your life. In your life. It could be grandma. It could be somebody that is keeping the kids while everybody out having fun. They at the house keeping the kids. You know, it could be somebody that's doing that extra pickup, that's going around. They got a busy schedule and they still are working to make sure that others are fine. 833-212-1017. This could be the person that's serving food. They know they eating, everybody eating good, and then they going on with their lives. But this person, not only did they fix the food, now they got to wash the dishes. Now they got to make sure that they put make sure they put the kids to bed. And are we giving them their praise? Are we giving them their flowers right now? It's Women's History Month, and it's some family history. It don't always have to be mainstream history. It's women making history in the family because of their love and covering that you around trying to do something. Like, it's powerful. The unsung heroes. 833-212-1017. If you got a phenomenal woman around and you want to give her flowers, do it right here on the Tori Lowe Show today. This is what we want. It's Women's History Month. Let's uplift the pillars. Let's uplift the managers that's holding our families, that's holding our communities together. We got Blake on the lines. How you doing, Blake?
I'm doing all right, man. Been better. I'm good, family.
Blessings,
brother. I'll be done. I'm a man. Man can't get no excuses. Women out here producing life, pushing out 10-pound babies, man. They need to come on with it. Happy Women's every day. Y'all should get a year off of vacation. I'm giving praise to my sister, Monica Blake, my cousin, Joanne, they call her Tonette, my cousin, Denise. We lost our matriarch of the family, Patricia Hopkins, Ferriton, Nelson. And that was Sunday. And her resting point celebration, homegoing, will be next Saturday on the 28th. So I'm giving praise to every Hopkins woman, every Blake woman, every woman in my family. Because I was a bad kid. I'm talking about 4 whoopers a day. I was that kid that got in trouble. Like, you know how you get in trouble, you can't go back outside, or you can just sit on the porch, or you're in punishment. You on all three. You on punishment, can't come outside, nothing. I was that kid. Like, I did it and got away with it, and I don't care if I got a whooping. But my aunties, before they all passed away on my daddy's side, he only had 3 of them. My mama had 12 sisters and 2 brothers, 14 women, 14 kids from 1 woman. My granddad had 33 kids. On my daddy's side, he only had 3 aunties and my dad. They had a small family, so I'm giving praise to every woman in my family. I know I was a bad kid, but I became a teacher. I became a mentor. I became a great father. I'm a girl dad. I'm not a felon. I'm 54 years old. Like you say, Tori, I feel 19. If it wasn't for the bullet holes and the car accidents, right. Man, I'll be, you know what I mean? I'll be just retiring from the NBA or football or whatever. But I wouldn't take back an ounce of my life, a day of my life. I appreciate for every woman I've had in my life. My kid's mama, her name is Felicia Williams. She just busted her appendix. I pray her healing. But I pray for everybody that has a woman in their life. If it wasn't for a woman, there would be no life. Y'all just remember that.
All right. Look, you said a mouthful, Blake. And this is not the time to be quiet right now. This is the time to give flowers to the women in your life, in your family, right here on the Tory Lowe Show. And I'll tell you this, it's nothing like feeling appreciated. Well, especially when it comes to women and the multiple things that they have to do on a day-to-day basis just to keep the family going, just to keep everybody and manage everything, and then, you know, try to find time for themselves. And it's a lot. But you know what? Some of these women got the spirit of God in them, you know, because they do so much. They maintain, you know, a lot of different situations, and they are appreciated. They don't have the ones that get out in the community on top of that. Elizabeth Brown been doing it for years. She comes on the show and talks and speaks and expresses herself about community issues, but she's a mom and she's dealing with family issues and working and doing things like that on top of all of that. So we want to make sure we give Elizabeth Brown her flowers right here on the Tory Lowe Show. She'll be in at 3:30, and many times the sacrifices that we make out here in the streets to try to help families get going hours without being around our own family. So once again, this is just a powerful time right now. Women's History Month. I'm opening up the lines, 833-212-1017. I want to know who's the phenomenal person, phenomenal woman that's in your life that's doing amazing things. Hey, look, when we come back, I want to go over to Atlanta, where a 12-year-old girl loses her life following a fight after school. This is making its rounds on social media. Also, when I come back, I'm going to look in the chat. I see people sending some shouts out to people, to women in the chat. Look, let's do right by the women in our families, in our lives, in our communities today by giving them flowers right here on the Tory Lowe Show. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
Another function of white supremacy, don't teach black people stuff, because if you give us a little bit of knowledge, we'll invent something totally new. That's why it was illegal to teach slaves to read, because if we could read, then we could write. And if we could write, we could communicate. And if we could communicate, we could plan. And if we could plan, we could strategize. And if we can plan and write and read and communicate and strategize, we could overthrow white supremacy, because they've always known how fragile it is.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon. This is your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
The WIAA basketball playoffs are in full swing, and two MPS teams are carrying the banner for the City Conference. The Milwaukee Juneau Pioneers opened the postseason in emphatic fashion, overwhelming Kenosha Christian Life 79-32. Juneau followed that up with another statement win on Saturday, surging past Living Word Lutheran 91-61. Now the top-seeded Pioneers set their sights on a sectional semifinal showdown against Cedar Grove, Belgium on Thursday night at Milwaukee Lutheran High School. In Division I, the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats are also dancing into the sectional semifinals after impressive victories over Rufus King 58-40 and Franklin 62-53. The Wildcats now prepare for a marquee matchup against undefeated Wisconsin Lutheran on Thursday night at Whitefish Bay High School.
This has been your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hawes Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Hawes of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
Grab the dial And crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tori Lowe, advocate, Tori Lowe, Tori Lowe, Tori Lowe, Tori Lowe, Tori Lowe, Tori Lowe, advocate, Tori Lowe. We can handle this situation 2 ways, the low way or the slow way. Let's go.
1017 The Truth.
Mr. 888,
Tori Lowe Show. Look, the question of the day is, what woman in your life has been doing a phenomenal job? We're going to give them their flowers today right here on the Tori Lowe Show. It's Women's History Month, and there's a lot of women out there that's making history in the families, in the communities, and many times they go unseen, unsung heroes. We want to give everybody a space to call in. Maybe it's your mother. Maybe it's the woman in your life. Maybe it's somebody that's been mentoring. Maybe it's a teacher. Maybe it's somebody that's working in the church community to do the work, the real work. It's a lot of different things that we can number and say today, but I want you, Truth Nation, to call in and give the flowers to those unsung heroes, those unsung women in our community right now. We got Mr. Lee on the lines. If you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. How you doing, Mr. Lee?
I am doing A-okay, man. I just thank the Almighty God for you, big brother, Tori Lowe, sir, for being an example of what it means to show, no fear and stand in the front lines. On top of that, I don't often say, I want to be poignant in what I say, and I haven't really truly commended Sister Soldier for her efforts and her doing what she does in this community, and that's Liz Brown. I appreciate her, and she's raised a beautiful daughter, and now she's a grandmother, and I haven't seen or heard of her giving up or even failing as far as being an example, and I want to commend her to continue to do the work, and she's got people in the background that is truly supporting her, so keep up the good work on her end. I want to thank God for my mother. She's bad. How can I say this? She is a biblical analytical documentalist. She raised me to be a critical thinker, to be someone who, I just thank God for what God used her to install in me. And now with that, I'm able to follow suit, also thanking my spiritual mother, whom is nourishing me with that spiritual food, and that's my spiritual mother, Anne. She's been a driving force in my life, and so on. There's another mother. I have like 4 fathers, but I also have four mothers. So another mother, my auntie mother, Alice, she's a driving force in my life. So, and I could go on, and I thank God for all the women that are yet showing love and restraint. And what I mean by restraint, because instead of letting things drive them crazy, they yet push and press for the calling on their lives, man. I just thank God for them as they continue to birth out what we need as a nation, as a people, and men like Tory Lowe, men like Dr. Ken Harris, men like Brother Sherwin, and so on. I appreciate and thank God for all of you. And like the young man said earlier, where would we be if not God ever created a woman? Thank you.
Powerful, Mr. Lee. Hey, I couldn't have said it no better myself. This is the time where a lot of times we get into the year and we take women for granted. We take them for granted because they've always shown up. They've always been there. The door has always been open. I remember when I realized that my grandmother's doors were never closed to me. Like, she raised me, and it don't matter where I was at in life, if I could get to Milwaukee and get to Fifth Street, that door was always open. And that's what I love about, I never really used it. You know, when I left, I left. Now, when I was out there, I was out there. But it was times where I had to come and stay overnight just to recalibrate, sleep on the couch, get some of that good home cooking to reset myself. Even now, even though my grandma's no longer here, I still go on 5th and North Avenue and sit on that porch. And there's some people that live in that house now. I'm going to try to get that house on the city scrolls as a historical landmark. I'm going to try to tell you. I'm going to try to get down the road, I'm going to try to make sure that they preserve that house. But even now, I go over there on 5th and North Avenue and I go sit I spend an hour just sitting in the neighborhood, just sitting on the porch. And, and at this point, the people that live there, they know it's me. They know, they probably look up and there go Tory Lowe outside, sitting on the steps. But that was where I was raised, in that house. So I just sit out there on the porch and reminisce and never forget where I came from. Never forget that, that's my purpose, is to serve the people in my community, and that's my community. So, hey, it's a lot, and thank God for those women that took on that little extra. I was that little extra. I wasn't grandma's child or grandbaby, but she had to pick up another mouth to feed, regardless of whatever the situations was. But it's a lot of women out there that have picked up a little extra mouth to feed because it was the right thing to do. And they took people into their homes and they raised them as if they were their own. Understand what I'm saying? It's a lot of beautiful, powerful women out here that are holding things together, and we salute you today, and we thank you, and we appreciate you. And if ain't nobody told you today that you was beautiful and that we are so proud to have you, let me tell you, we are so proud to have you in our community. We're so proud to have you around, managing the things, even though it may get chaotic. We got you. We got you. Now, some of y'all women out there need to take examples and follow decent examples because, a lot of times, I ain't saying, people can't change, but sometimes it's a lot of drama out here. So we got to appreciate the ones that's holding it down without the drama, that's managing, that's level-headed, that's making sure that everybody in the right space, making sure that y'all getting to y'all doctor's appointment. Some of y'all would never go to the doctor if it wasn't for no woman. What's that on your leg? What's that rash on your leg? Women pay attention to everything. What's that on your arm? You need to go to the doctor. Like, you kind of hot. You kind of hot now. Let me take your temperature. I'm trying to tell you. Some of y'all wouldn't even be alive if a woman wasn't around paying attention, telling you to go to the hospital. This is where it's at. A lot of people think that Women's History Month is for Rosa Parks, for people that, mainstream media ideas. And salute to Rosa Parks. Salute to everybody. Anybody that in the mainstream that, that's there, I'm sure it's a reason. But what about the many women that nobody acknowledged, that nobody gave kudos to? Let's do that. Let's make sure we do that. I'm finna get into a story from a young girl, 12 years old, in Atlanta, got into a fight after school, ended up losing her life. This story is making its rounds on social media. If you're watching as we broadcast live, we got video. Let's listen.
Rashonda McClendon is still trying to come to grips with the loss of her daughter, her only child, 12-year-old Jada West.
She's such a loving girl.
The new girl in the neighborhood, the new student at Mason Creek Middle School, one who the family says had to deal with bullying at school. Last Thursday, Jada got into an argument on the school bus, and it blew up into a fight within walking distance of her home. A friend ran to the house to tell her mom. McClendon went to the scene.
She was on the ground. She wasn't breathing. She wasn't breathing. I said, I heard she got the fighting. And the door said, I don't know. And then that girl said, well, she hit me first.
After being transferred from Tanner Medical Center to Children's Hospital Scottish Rite, Jada died Sunday. The family is waiting on the autopsy.
I'm angry. We gotta teach our children. I'm angry. What happened to the love? We lost our love, people. Teaching children to love.
What the fight was about is unclear. Jada's father had been to Mason Creek twice to try to figure things out.
She always wants friends, and I tell her, it's okay to not have friends. It's okay to be by yourself. If people don't treat you right,
Billerica Police and the Douglas County District Attorney are examining a video circulating on social media of the fight to decide next steps. The family has asked us not to show the video.
We just want justice for my niece. This got to stop. And we're going to keep saying Jada West's name.
All right. I'm going to say this. The culture, the programming, the fighting, the baddies club, the music, get out here, pop out, bullying is at an all-time high. And now these kids, and this is why I go around and I talk to different kids about bullying, being bullied. I've been making my rounds through the schools this year, making my rounds to the schools, discussing with the kids about bullying and trying to get them to find other ways to resolve the issues. And I've been trying to put together a formula because I've asked the question, what is going on with this bullying? It's been going on since I was in school, bullying. And I haven't seen any changes. Now, bullying was mentioned in this article with the young girl, with the 12-year-old. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now. This bullying, it's got to be a no tolerance, because whether this 12-year-old was being bullied or not, she felt that she was pressed to the point where she had to fight back. It cost her life. However, whatever the situation was, and we need love. Notice the mother said that they needed love. They need love out here. People don't have no love no more. They're being programmed to act impulsively and strike immediately. And then after something bad happens, then they have the regret. They have the regret after they're not thinking of the repercussions of their actions until it's afterwards, after the damage is done. That's reactionary. And I always tell people, we have been caught up in the reactionary mentality. Act first and then react later. I'm sorry, later. No, you got to be forward thinking and understanding how to overcome a lot of these obstacles that are set there for you to fall in the trap. And it's through the way they market on social media. Everybody fighting. People say, Tori, why you show these videos? Because you need to see it. Y'all need to discuss this with your kids. I show everything because you need to see it. Stop. Oh, we don't need to see that. No, it's happening. A lot of y'all out of touch. Oh, we don't. I don't share. You ain't no better person because you sharing it or not. What you need to do is teach your family members how to avoid situations. Conflict resolution. That's what you need to do. I'm telling you, I hate the fact that some people are so detached from what's going outside their window. They so detached, and they, until it happened to them. Now they calling me, hey, because I deal with it. So I send the reality out there because it's a real reality that's going on right outside in these streets. And how you going to repair the village if you don't even have the right tools to confront it? You just out there, wait a minute, what's going on? Huh? Oh, stop. Won't y'all stop? Then you get hit in the head with a brick. Like you don't even know what to do. This is why we got to have these stories out here so we can talk, so we can teach, so we can kind of come up with some conflict resolution, so we can try to use these stories as messages to prevent. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
This SportsCenter update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
Game is over, and Marquette loses in the first game of the Big East tournament to Xavier, 89-87.
Steve the Homer True on the call. Royce Parham finished with 22 points and 9 rebounds for the Golden Eagles, who finished 12-20 on the season. Nigel James Jr. added 18, 7 assists, and 3 steals for Marquette. Number 23, Wisconsin, plays in the Big Ten tournament today against Washington. Tip-off is set for 2:30 p.m. The Badgers are 14-6 against Big Ten opponents this season. The teams played each other for the second time Wisconsin won the last matchup 90-73 in February, with Brendan Carrington scoring 32 to help push Wisconsin to the victory. And the Miami Heat host the Milwaukee Bucks tonight after Bam Adebayo's historic 83-point game. Bucks forward Giannis Antetokounmpo is cleared to play after missing the Bucks' last game with a calf strain. Tip-off tonight is at 6:30 p.m. This True Sports Update was brought to you by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Make a sequel, all these murders is getting lethal. Low. We out here fighting for the people. It's like a slaughterhouse, and we need a water drought. They tryna wipe us out. We out here fighting for the people. We out here fighting for the people. What we doing? We out here fighting for the people. What we doing? What we doing? We out here fighting for the people.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. I want to talk about this story that I saw. Kind of made me shake my head because it's, this is unfortunately happening. But Milwaukee carjackers in a high-speed police chase caused fiery crash with life-threatening injuries. When I was coming in yesterday, there was a huge police chase going on, and now we're seeing just a lot of things going on early in the year. But like I said, this is another story, carjackers in a high-speed chase. If you watch this rebroadcast live, we got audio on this and video. Let's listen.
Looks like crash. A2 in Burleigh. Send medical. Into a tree. Car's on fire.
A carjacking suspect captured that led to a fiery crash in a Milwaukee neighborhood left multiple people with life-threatening injuries. Here's how it went down. On January 30th, 2024, Milwaukee police were chasing a stolen gray Infiniti. Inside were 18-year-old James Poole and 20-year-old Jabari Griffin, both accused of another carjacking the day before.
Right on armed robbery carjacking.
The Infiniti reached speeds of 90 miles an hour during the pursuit, running red lights and stop signs and nearly missing oncoming traffic.
The moment I turned my eyes...
Other drivers shakily shared details of the close call with police.
He was headed literally directly into me. I don't know how I'm still here.
And after a nearly 6-mile chase...
Looks like crash. A2 in Burleigh. Send medical. Into a tree. Car's on fire.
The glass and debris shatters onto my windshield.
That's when Poole tried to flee on foot. But he didn't get far.
I gotta put cuffs on you. We need multiple medical units.
Several other passengers were still inside the smoking car, trapped by the massive tree branch.
Hey, we got an extinguisher!
One woman was able to get out.
Wait, my leg!
But the other 3 people had to be broken out, smashing windows and cutting open the car. One man can be heard screaming in pain as first responders attempt to rescue them. Poole was convicted of the armed carjackings in federal court in April of 2025, sentenced to 11 years in prison, followed by 3 years of supervision.
Wow. Can you imagine being a police officer? You're in a high-speed chase. You're trying to, get this person off the street. Then they hit a tree. Car starts becoming engulfed in flames. Now you got to be the rescue of the person that you was pursuing. So now you got to switch hats because now you come cat and mouse to, now you got to save the day. Now you got to save them in that instance. No matter what, how many times you almost, lost control over your vehicle or, how many times they tried to elude you. They didn't hit a tree. Now you got to switch hats and you hear them screaming and hollering in the vehicle. And you got to help them. Wow. I mean, this to me is like this is live video footage. Sometimes you don't get that video footage, but we do hear the aftermath of the stories. But remember the story of the young man that burnt to death over there off of Hampton that we talked about that, was going viral last year. And this is footage of what it looks like when these young people get out here, they get in these cars, they then they crash and then they screaming for help. And many times, to me, when I see something like that, I just shake my head because you don't know how they ended up in that situation to even go out there and carjack cars. But I remember when I was young, I had friends that did it too. I had friends that broke into cars, broke into vehicles, tried to teach me, show me how to do it. I just never was the person. I didn't like stealing like that. My grandma was one of those people that was like, don't steal. I would fight. I would do the fighting, and they would come to get me to fight and stuff like that. But when they was like they were finna go and do something where it involved stealing, I didn't want to do that. I wasn't somebody that liked to do anything like that. I wasn't that type of person. I was more into if you want me to hit somebody, I was one. There was a lot of people coming to grandma's house trying to fight because of that. But like I said, these are things that go on every generation with the youth, and these kids got to make some choices. And many times there's examples of what not to do out here, and we got to start showing these kids, hey, look, you can end up like this. What they had out here, scared straight. They thought that if they took the young men to the prison system and showed them from the prisoner's standpoint of what's going on in jail, that they would be so scared that they wouldn't, go to jail. That I don't know what the effect it had. It probably affected some people. It probably affected some people in a way where I'm not going back to jail, but we still have issues with these young people, even after scared straight. And some people think that if you show them a coffin and people crying that would help. All I'm saying is you do gotta expose these kids to certain things to show them, hey, look, this could be the outcome of your behavior, whether it's positive or negative. Where I try to show my son, my daughters, I try to show them college. I try to show them positive things. I try to get them involved in more positive events, expose them to things that they can use down the road. And then I also say, hey, look, this is what's going on out here with the peers, with your peers. So if somebody try to talk you in to doing something like stealing cars or doing something where you could have a negative effect on the community or on somebody else, look at this. This is what not to do. Hey. I just hate to see stories like this, Andrew. But it's a reality that's going on. Hey, look, when we come back, they saying that the deep freeze is blamed for the surge in potholes. Y'all know we talk about them potholes every day. I got to avoid a few of them on the way to come into work, potholes. But they saying that the deep freeze is blamed for the surge in the potholes in the street. I want to talk about this when we get back, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation is the best fan base in the country.
This is my first time calling in, but I listen to you all the time, and I appreciate you and Elizabeth Brown and everything you stand for and everything that you do. So I want to say thank you so much for being you.
We want you to tap into the talk and text line every show, every day at 833-212-1017.
Hey, man, this station is on fire the last couple days.
Milwaukee Black Talk, 1017 The Truth.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Pick a side, it's our time, the time to act is now. So best believe it's going down from MLK to Midtown. To the block, and we yelling north side. Going around the clock, now it's time to pick a side. It's our time, the time to act is now. So best believe it's going down from MLK to Midtown.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Hey, look, don't forget the big community cleanup is April 18th this year. We're getting everything organized, so save the date, April 18th. We're going to be outside. We'll have more details coming soon. We're going to have all the schedules put together for you. But right now, I'm going to throw it out there. Y'all going to have to leave April 18th open. Y'all cleaning up with Tory Lowe. Hey, go put that on the calendar. We going to be with Tory Lowe on April 18th going around the city. We trying to get the three dirtiest areas in the city. We trying to get the three most cluttered areas in the city. And I'm also pushing the Clean Your Hood Challenge. We can't get to every neighborhood, but you can get to your hood. Hey, if you love your hood, organize the cleanup. We trying to get outside. It's all that snow melting, all that trash all over the community. You can see it almost everywhere. We got to do something. We got to get out there. And every year, I've been doing this for what? 17, 18 years. This is nothing new. I've been doing this for a long time, but we all got to do a little, so nobody has to do a lot. This is what this is about. I'm so happy and excited. Spring cleaning. That's what I call it. So we're going to have a whole operation going on April 18th. Everybody, I need y'all to block that date. April 18th. We're going to be outside with the Tory Lowe Truth Community Cleanup, and we're going to have a great time. It's going to be a lot going on, and this is the little we can do. Understand what I'm saying? We got a lot to do. There's a lot of other things that we going to have going on, but this is an annual event, and the only thing we're doing is teaching the young people how to serve, how to get out, how to get in their community. You ain't got to go and have these big old meetings and nothing like that. All you got to do is get out there, get some work done, and go home. That's it. And then we got a lot of call to actions we're going to be doing this year. So like I said, this is just the path. We almost got the year scheduled out. We've been on the air, 5 years? And trust me, like if you mark down every event and things that we do and you get to the end of the year, you're going to have a list of a lot of things that you are able to do to contribute to help the community, and you ain't have to go to one meeting. You didn't have to go and sit somewhere in a room and hear somebody, say how many times you going to hear that, well, God told somebody, you know what I mean? And then you don't see no outcome. I'm just saying. I'm just being blunt. But they said that a deep freeze is blamed for the surge in the potholes. You know, we talk about potholes. Some of y'all hit a pothole today. Some of y'all swerved around a pothole today. Well, I guess they blame it, what Milli Vanilli say, blame it on the rain. They said it was the deep freeze. They blaming it on the deep freeze for the surge in potholes in the city. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, Not Really a City Girl says, it's got to be something because the potholes are all over the city. They saying it's the deep freeze. Not Really a City Girl. If you watching this rebroadcast live, hit that like and subscribe button. Let's listen.
It's a familiar sight this time of year in Wisconsin. Crews patching up potholes. Across Waukesha County, highway workers have been out filling craters left behind by a long stretch of bitter cold.
So the way this winter was, it was rough on our Wisconsin roads, as everybody knows. The cold doesn't help, and it turned into a lot of frost in the ground.
Jacob Cook with Waukesha County's Highway Department says weeks of sub-zero temperatures drove frost deep below the pavement. In some spots, more than a foot down. And that is causing problems.
So what happens is there's water underneath the road, and it freezes, and it actually pops up the pavement, and then we got the problems. Water gets in between the cracks, and with the freezing and the thawing, creates your potholes.
With full paving work still weeks away, crews not just in Waukesha County, but even here in Milwaukee are using a temporary solution called a cold patch. It's meant to get the roads through the winter season until spring work can begin. And while it may look messy, officials say it is safe to drive over.
Don't be scared if you see the material, scared to drive it over. It is safe for cars and trucks to drive over. Okay. Everybody sees us working, they're veering, driving all crazy. Don't worry, your car will be just fine.
All right, look, I know y'all over there in Waukesha filling the potholes, but y'all need to make it over to the north side. You know, them people out in Waukesha is not going to have that pothole problem. That's why they making excuses. I thought this was, they was going to explain what was going on the north side, but I guess this is what they were saying. Well, Waukesha, people in Waukesha, y'all reaction, they are not finna let their vehicles get towed up by them potholes. So they say, hey, we gonna blame it on the freeze, and they out there shoveling it right now. They out there putting that asphalt in the holes right now, a cold patch they called it. And I've been driving through potholes on 27, Fond du Lac, Capitol, down some neighborhoods on the north side. I can't blame it on the freeze because them potholes been there. I can't say it's because of the cold weather. So but they making excuses out there in Waukesha because they not finna have that. They calling in, what's going on? I'm going to get my lawyer. I'm going to call my lawyer. You tore my vehicle. I'm trying to tell you, these outskirts ain't playing. When y'all get to the outskirts, y'all don't see no potholes like that. You may see one or two every now and then. You don't see whole roads with potholes around the corner, the alley. You can't even get around it because you hitting potholes trying to get around the pothole. That's how many potholes it is. They would never say this on the north side, talk about the deep freeze. Because it was pothole. That's the same pothole that was. I'm going to go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start a campaign. Take a picture of the potholes and send it into the show. I need to see y'all pothole pictures because it's time to fight back. The people out of Waukesha, look, you see that little pothole they was covering up on the news? That was a little pothole. I was seeing craters. Craters of potholes like back to back to back on the same block. They talk about a little, that probably could have been because of the freezing, the deep freeze. If they talk about Waukesha, because they not going to let that go. They not going to let it happen like that. But all I'll say is this. Y'all need to call y'all local aldermen and stuff like that, try to see what's going on with these potholes, because I want people to start sending in pictures. Maybe if we get loud about it, maybe they'll do something about it, or they'll try to, patch them up a little bit quicker, because And some of these potholes ain't never been patched up. I'm talking, especially the ones like going down like North Avenue when you hit like 27th, coming down North Avenue and on front. Man, I'm talking about, I'm wondering when they going to just put something in them potholes. Not Really a City Girl says, I got a bunch of pictures. Hey, look, send them in to 833-212-1017. We're going to just show how big these craters is in the street. That's all I'm going to say. Because maybe we ain't bringing enough attention to these potholes. If you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. I guess G want to tap in when it comes to these potholes. How you doing, G?
How you doing? Good afternoon. Thanks for taking my call. It is a problem, but taking the picture is not going to solve the problem.
No, I told him I want to do that. No, I ain't trying to solve it. I'm trying to fill out the pictures.
Sure. I'm trying to explain something to you.
But I'm gonna still want them to send in the pictures. Don't go against that.
I'm just trying to explain something to you. I understand that you want them to send a picture. Right. What you have to do is, because there are people, not everybody, but in our community, won't pick up the phone and call the city and notify them of if there's a pothole on your block, or I call them potholes in neighborhoods I don't even live in. It's a route that I travel frequently. If there's a pothole, I try to get an address and call it in. You got to call it in and hold the city accountable, because if they don't know that the pothole is there, they do send crews out. Sometimes they may roam, but if it's in your neighborhood in front of your house or something, just call it in. Call 414-286-CITY, 2489.
Say that one more time. Say that number one more time, Auntie.
The number is 414-286-2489. You got to call it in, because there are a lot of people who won't even bother to pick up the phone and call it. Because we got tons of potholes. By the time they finish filling all these potholes, it's going to be fall again, back in the winter again, and it's just a continuous cycle because there's so many. The freeze and thaw is a problem, but basically, you have to call them in and hold the city accountable. Don't listen to that 3-day crap, because it takes longer than 3 days. They'll tell you they'll be out there in 3 days. That is not true. Sometimes it takes a little longer, because especially when the weather starts to break, because we're gonna have snow probably this weekend maybe. But you basically got to call the city with that number, and if it's on wherever, just call it in and let them know, and they'll give you a confirmation number. And if it's not done in a certain amount of time, you call them back. But that's. Well, I understand you want to see a picture.
Hold on. The only reason I'm saying that is because a lot of people told me they called, and they've been calling. So I wanted to let you finish. But trust me, I can send you a ton of emails where people have said that they have torn their car up. Not only did they send the picture in report the pothole, they tried to report the damage, and they couldn't get nothing done.
Well, basically, if they called it in, like if they told you that, and they got a record of it with a confirmation number, they can do something about it, because the city going to say, well, we didn't know nothing about it. You see what I'm saying? If you call it in, then you get that confirmation number, and if your car is damaged and it's not done in a week, which is way too long for them to get to it, or 2 weeks, and you damage your vehicle, and you got that number or that location, that you stand more of a chance to get them to do something about it. Because it's hard getting money out the city,
Hey,
so they're going to make all kinds of excuses about it. Right,
I do, but like I said,
thanks for taking my call.
I appreciate you for that number. I appreciate you for tapping in. G gave some information, but a lot of people have called. I mean, this been going on for years. This ain't no overnight thing. This ain't just happened like this winter. You know what I mean? Like they telling. It's some homeowners that's out here. They talking about the potholes a lot. It took a while for them to get the speed bumps that they wanted. They charged everybody in the neighborhood to get them speed bumps out there. But like I said, I deal with this stuff all the time. And when I say picture, sometimes people don't believe me when I say some of them potholes big enough. What they say to put a small swimming pool, a bird bath in them potholes. So like I said, it's a problem. And salute for G to call in to give for those that, didn't know the number. But I know some folks that been calling. Like, they upset. They got high blood pressure. And they car tore up. Asking me, can I sue? Actually, asking me, can I get Attorney B. Ivy Lamar on this? Attorney B. Ivy Lamar, he do human and civil rights. You know what I mean? He don't do potholes, but maybe y'all can take him to small claims court. That's why y'all got to keep a record. Like G said, y'all got to keep a record. Somebody told me they took a picture of the rim being messed up by the pothole and still couldn't get nothing done. So, hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Thank you, Milwaukee. Because of you, the second annual Truth Community Awards was an unforgettable celebration of the leaders, changemakers, and heroes who make our city shine. A special thank you to our incredible partners, Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousins Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. And thank you to our presenting sponsor, Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Together, we're celebrating community, culture, and impact. We'll see you next year at the Truth Community Awards.
This is Sherwin Hughes from The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. And Truth Nation, you can now watch my show live on YouTube every day from 9 a.m. until noon. Yep, you can get 3 full hours of watching Sherwin doing his thing streaming live on YouTube Monday through Friday. You'll get the same insightful conversations about policy, politics, and lifestyle while also seeing my reaction to the unpredictability of our listeners. So go to YouTube right now, subscribe to 1017 The Truth, and see this wonderful smile live every day.
There, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
Truth Nation, stand up and tap in. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the 3rd hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And we was talking about a story that we played about the deep freeze is blamed for the surge in potholes. What was that, in Waukesha? But a lot of people raising an eyebrow right here in the city. Now, G called in and gave the number, gave some information about reporting potholes. If you see a pothole, report a pothole. I guess there's a protocol for the potholes. But I see a lot of people, that have made these reports and they still, upset because the damage that happened to their vehicle. I'm trying to tell you, y'all, I only asked for the picture of the pothole. I ain't asked people to send in the damage, where they took pictures of the damage that took place to their vehicles from the pothole, from hitting some of these potholes. Now, we could do that too, if that people want to see that. But this is a problem that's been going on since I came back home, like at least the last 17, 16 years. So it ain't like this is an overnight conversation. If the solution was right there, then we wouldn't even be talking about it. 0897 says, we definitely making excuses. The same streets the citizens drive is the same streets the elected officials drive. They know exactly what's going on. Hey, it's true. Milwaukee's a small city, especially if you are alderman and you living in one of these districts, that got the potholes in it. You telling me you don't know where the craters at? Okay. Well, people in the chat seem to know where the large craters, large enough to take a bath in. This is what Reginald said. Reginald said, large enough to take a bath in. Also, I want to get into this. There's a situation going on with the Joel Acevedo death. They're saying that a verdict has been reached. Lawsuit dismissed against ex-Milwaukee cop Mattioli in Acevedo death. This was reported. I saw this in JS Online. But who do we have? Who WISN. WISN has an article on this. If y'all watching this, we broadcast live. Once again, lawsuit dismissed against ex-Milwaukee cop Mattioli in the Acevedo death. Let's listen.
New this morning, a federal judge has thrown out a civil lawsuit filed by Joel Acevedo's father against former Milwaukee police officer Michael Mattioli and the city of Milwaukee. The lawsuit was tied to Acevedo's 2020 death. Prosecutors say Mattioli was off duty when he put the 25-year-old in a chokehold during a party at his home. Acevedo died 6 days later. Mattioli was later found not guilty in the criminal case. Following that verdict, Acevedo's family filed a $15 million federal lawsuit, but court records show that case has now been dismissed.
Oh, wow. Now, does he get to return to be a police officer after all of this? He beat the case. He beat the civil suit. Well, at least from what I can see. Okay, so do he come back to the force? Is he eligible to come back as a police officer? Now, I'll say this. This is horrible to hear. This is horrible to hear. And each case is unique. It depends on the judge, the situation. You may get another judge involved in this. You may get a different decision. It's not just one way they judge these cases, but I'm going to tell you right now, this all the way around it just, my spirit just don't feel right about this situation. And I still haven't seen the whole unredacted video. I wonder now if the civil suit is dismissed, maybe they may appeal. You can appeal it. You can appeal a decision. But what I'm saying is, do we get to see the unredacted footage I have never seen it. And we've been working to try to get this out here for years. Benjamin Crumpton came here. We had to sue to get the footage. That's all I'm saying. Where is the footage of the incident? Have anybody seen the raw footage? It was redacted when I seen it. And even when the news, I don't believe the news has the raw footage or it's online. If it is, somebody tag me in it because I haven't seen it. And this is why I say, even though we got body camera footage out here, if they don't want you to see a certain video, they will not let you see that video. You see all these other videos out here, but I have personally never laid eyes on the unredacted version of this video. And he skated on all of it. He skated on the trial. He got out the trial, Mattioli, and he got out of the civil suit. For now, I guess. I'm still waiting on Lamar to give me a little bit more of an insight, if he can, or, somebody to give me a little bit more of an insight, because this recently just took place. But what I'm saying is, what does this mean for Mattioli. Is he back on the force writing tickets? That's what happened with the officer that, shot Jacob Blake. He back. He was back on the force in no time. Interesting. Look, I still got to, see where, I'm gonna have to do some digging and see what they said, that the officer was not acting in a police capacity. He was off duty. He was acting as a citizen. But then you clearly see or hear on the body camera, they acknowledge him as an officer because, he was working for the Milwaukee Police Department. And we still don't know all the details of what happened that night. Was it a party? A lot of different stories was told on this. Hey, but he got out of the criminal, he got out of the civil. Interesting. Hey, look, I don't know, Andrew. I don't know. This is something that it just ain't. This don't vibe right in my spirit. This not vibing right in my spirit. I'm gonna move on. I got another story I want to get to. Milwaukee discusses food desert crisis. Milwaukee alders get together, and now it went from potholes to what's going on with the potholes to the food desert. We got some video on this. If you watch this, we broadcast live. The Alder people are discussing this food desert crisis. We want to hear what they got to say about it. If you watch this, we broadcast live. We got video. Let's listen.
The issue of food deserts here in the city of Milwaukee is not new, but city leaders and community members say with grocery stores closing at quite an alarming rate, it's only getting worse. Now, there's a number of items on the agenda this morning focused on addressing the food desert crisis here in the city of Milwaukee. First and foremost is we will be hearing from the Milwaukee Health Department actually this morning about access to fresh food here in the city. Alderman Stamper will also be presenting a resolution declaring what he calls a food apartheid, a public health emergency that needs coordinated action from city leaders to address. Lastly, Stamper will also be proposing an ordinance to the committee which would require grocery stores to give at least 60 days notice to the city clerk before shutting down or ceasing operations, and really just a reason why. Now, for background, this meeting starts at 9 o'clock. It's a committee meeting here at City Hall. Those first three items I just listed are up first on the agenda. This is really just the first step in the process, though, when it comes to that ordinance and that resolution. And if it passes, it then goes to the full committee who will hear it.
All right. Well, we got to keep our eyes on this. Food desert has been a huge conversation, and I spoke my piece on it. But it's, like I said, this is why we have elections. Like, to address the issues in our community, the things that we're most concerned with. And if they can get, the potholes up, if they can do something about these potholes and get some grocery stores, but, maybe we as a community probably need to come together and I remember when we was in Iowa, it was a store called Hy-Vee, and it was community owned. It was owned by the community. That was what they was telling everybody. It was like, oh, Hy-Vee, we should go to Hy-Vee because it's community owned. People got stake in this grocery store. Maybe we need to get grocery stores where we all have a stake in it, and we all invest and we get the dividends from the store. Maybe that'll work. They doing it in at least where I was living at. You ever heard of Hy-Vee? Andrew?
Yeah, I have.
Is it community owned or something?
Yeah, it's a commune type thing, yeah.
Maybe we need one of those ideas to come, and we all own it. We all have a stake in it, which means we'll all go service it.
Yeah, then you have to come in on Saturday and stock shelves too.
Yeah, that's what. But that's what it was. I never seen nothing here like that. But Hy-Vee was what they called a community-owned grocery store, and people actually went there because they had an investment in it.
Yeah, he's got a good point.
All right. Well, look, when we come back, well, before we go to break, it's about that time.
One call, that's all.
Hey, look, now it's your chance to be our one call, that's all 5K giveaway entry winner for today. That's right. You'll be entered in to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Office. Be caller number 10 right now at 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017, and you'll be entered in to win the $5,000 giveaway right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, courtesy of Gruber Law Office. Again, that's 833-212-1017. And remember, if you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Offices today. Visit them at gruber-law.com. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I travel all around the world, Dr. Ken, and when I tell you, based on my experiences, this is like the number one country that cares. Like, everything is about money. Yep. Everything.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
I've told people in the past, you have to be careful of what you complain about and what you use as a tool, because other people will take it and use it in the wrong way.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
This is your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
The WIAA basketball playoffs are in full swing, and two MPS teams are carrying the banner for the City Conference. The Milwaukee Juno Pioneers opened the postseason in emphatic fashion, overwhelming Kenosha Christian Life 79-32. Juno followed that up with another statement win on Saturday, surging past Living Word Lutheran 91-61. Now the top-seeded Pioneers set their sights on a sectional semifinal showdown against Cedar Grove, Belgium on Thursday night at Milwaukee Lutheran High School. In Division I, the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats are also dancing into the sectional semifinals after impressive victories over Rufus King 58-40 and Franklin 62-53. The Wildcats now prepare for a marquee matchup against undefeated Wisconsin Lutheran on Thursday night at Whitefish Bay High School.
This has been your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends, if it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
He been fighting the power for the lost and the voiceless, through the highs and the lows. Advocate Tory Lowe. Say la 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 la. Say la la.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. There's a disturbing story of a former Milwaukee County administrator that's going around making his rounds on the local media. I don't know what's going on, but a former Milwaukee County administrator pled not guilty Wednesday to three charges, including invasion of privacy after prosecutors say he secretly recorded his partner he was intimate with multiple times secretly. We got audio on this. We got some video on this. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Let's listen.
A now former Milwaukee County administrator is accused of secretly recording a sexual partner multiple times. Artist Landon pleaded not guilty today to 3 charges, including invasion of privacy. Ben Jordan was at the Milwaukee County Safety Building to explain why the county executive is calling the allegations extremely troubling.
Prosecutors say artist Landon used a cell phone and Meta smart glasses to record his ex without her consent. Court records show that victim contacted police after learning about more videos last month.
State of Wisconsin versus artist Landon.
This is artist Landon. He was Milwaukee County's Child Support Services Administrator up until he resigned 2 days before he was criminally charged. Court documents show Landon was in a relationship with a woman in the first half of 2025. Prosecutors say the victim told police Landon sent her a video last April of the two of them having an intimate moment with a text that said, quote, "You can be mad, but I needed to continue hearing us. No faces or anything to give anyone away." Nearly 8 months after the two stopped seeing each other, court records show the victim was informed there were more videos, including one taken from Landon's smart glasses. He told investigators it was an accident because he did not know how to work his Meta glasses. Prosecutors say Landon admitted to recording the victim on his cell phone. Quote, "Both videos involved sexual intercourse."
I am also requesting a no contact order. I'm asking that that no contact order be with adult victim 1 named in the criminal complaint. And that the defendant not possess any devices capable of recording other people.
After court, I asked Landon for an interview.
Do you have any comments on the charges?
No.
Do you think it's appropriate for a Milwaukee County administrator to be accused of secretly videotaping their partner?
No.
Landon is due back in court next month. Milwaukee County's website shows his former position as Child Support Services Administrator has already been filled on an interim basis. Reporting at the Milwaukee County Safety Building.
All right, so, okay. So the Meta glasses, I think I see some advertisement with them using that as a way to sell. Didn't you see this, the Meta glasses where the girl is seemingly in a compromising position? He's like, "Oh, that was great," and then it's on social media swirling like that like you can use that for that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, this is how they advertise the glasses. I just wanted to throw that out there. That don't mean that you need to follow suit because you might end up in jail. But the cell phone idea is something interesting because you got to have the phone in your hand and maybe I don't know. But if it's without her permission, then he was doing the wrong thing. Like I said, there's so many people that don't mind whatever he was trying to do. He could have got somebody that probably actually didn't mind. It's people that on the internet, they doing all kinds of stuff, but you can't do things without people's permission. And that's all I'm gonna say about that, because for him, that's embarrassing for him to be losing everything he has over his kinky ideas that he couldn't control himself, or couldn't have just said, "Hey, look, this," and she probably would have, if she knew about it, she probably would have said, "Okay," but you didn't even give her the option many times when you go and take things like that in personal information like that. A lot of people don't want everything recorded. A lot of people don't want all their business out here in the streets. A lot of people just want their private life to be private. But we living in a time where people think that, okay, I got these devices, I'm going to record this, just because I want to record compromising situations. And I think that this is a sign that technology, the Meta glasses came up. And like I said, they advertised those glasses in that way. Y'all got to be careful, because now he's standing in court with the microphone in his face. And they're going to make a meme out of that, because if you see when they put the microphone in his face and they asked him the question, should people be recorded without their information, or should you be prosecuted like this? And what'd he say? He said no.
It's crazy. Like,
yeah, he's like,
so
hey, I shouldn't even be in jail for this. Or not even in jail, but I shouldn't even be going through this.
Him claiming that he didn't know how the glasses work, too, is just the most
Okay, but
ever.
so you figuring out how the glasses work while you in the intimate moment?
So dumb.
That's when you trying to figure it out? I don't know. Like, he still got to go to court. But once again, the ex, then I think he kind of sent her a clip, she said. And then, can you imagine seeing a clip of something you didn't even know?
So there was a festival in Milwaukee last summer, Tori. And there was a woman coming up and talking to us. And I clocked it immediately that she was wearing meta glasses. Because the way that her head was angled and the way she was like, looking at us, I knew that she had some sort of recording device. And I told the people around us, like, hey, she's recording us right now. And we had somebody ask, like, do people know that you're recording them? And she goes, well, it's for my blog. It's like, no, you shouldn't be recording people without them knowing.
Right. Well, I'll say this. You got to be careful with all these devices and things that y'all have because you can face charges, invasion of privacy, all kinds of stuff. You know, it's a lot of people that would get around people that feel the same way you do, and you ain't got to go through this, or you gonna end up having to answer for this type of behavior. Now, he's probably like, hey, this is no big deal. It is a big deal. You got somebody's private moments out there unknowingly. Can you imagine can you imagine how many women went out partying and then they were passed out and then people did things? That gives me those kind of vibes, those kind of creep vibes like that. Disturbing, like, you know, where somebody is not aware that, you know, this is going on. So, hey, look, it's gotta be a lot of different things to the story, but not really. A city girl says the story is strange because why would you send her video proof of them? I wonder if he was trying to blackmail her into something. Hey, you know, we all go through our times where we may do things that we not too proud of, but I'm gonna tell you this: when you have to get in this moment, it's a teachable moment for him. And for him to say he don't believe that he should be in court over this, I don't know. He probably ain't. I don't know if he learned his lesson, or I don't know what's going on right there. But this is where you say, hey, look, I messed up. You know, I shouldn't have did this, and it's inappropriate. And now you out here doing Women's History Month on the news. Hey. I guess he no longer has the job. So what I'm saying is everybody has issues, you know, but I wouldn't say no. If you took this personal situation and did this to this lady, and so now you losing everything. Hey, let's I'm gonna keep an eye on this. Maybe it's more to it. What they say is his side is her side, and then this guy's side. We gonna see what's that. Maybe. You know, maybe it's something else. We gonna find out. JC says, you have no expectations of privacy in public. You have no expectations of privacy in public. No one needs to let you know they are recording you in public. Yeah, if you're out in public, and you can get recorded. Now, what they can't do is take that footage and make money from it. You need consent to sell. Like if you record a bunch of people in public, and then you go make a video and put it out there and try to, you know, advertise or market or do something with it. Yeah, you could get sued. You can get all kinds of stuff can happen to you. But people don't have to let you know that they're recording you if you're out in public. But they do have to sign an agreement if they're going to use it for a documentary or something like that, or some kind of video that they're going to monetize. So yeah, you're right, JC. Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tori Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
What's up, everybody? March 27th, go get your tickets. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be me, Finesse Antetokounmpo, my co-host, Tony C, and Nature Boy. Woo! Ric Flair. It's going to be nice. It's going to be dope. You guys guys are gonna love it. It's gonna be an experience, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. It's basically a party/podcast.
Yeah, we're throwing a party at the Riverside, March 27th, TALiveshow.com. Who's the guest again? Can I get a woo? Woo! With Ric Flair. Can't wait.
See you guys.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Day one, diagnosis day, the hardest day, the day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day one is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day one.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress?
Do little wiggles. The slate's coming in.
What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
He's just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityInvestments.com. MoviePass CEO Stacy Spikes wants a piece of the growing prediction market pie with his new platform called Mogul, where you can creatively bet on the success of your favorite movie stars and films. Spikes told Bloomberg he's building the model around sports betting, which he says drives engagement for leagues.
When people are doing that, they go to the games and watch the games 75% more. So the more that you're engaged in outcome and what you think is going to happen, the more likely you are to go to the movies.
Spikes in a conversation with Bloomberg TV's Romaine Bostick. It's a bold strategy, but Spikes thinks it could be the film industry's next big thing.
When you're doing sports are regional. Well, when something like Wicked opens, it opens worldwide. So you have no impediment to worldwide growth, so it could grow very fast.
I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This Sports Center update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
Game is over, and Marquette loses in the first game of the Big East tournament to Xavier, 89-87.
Steve the Homer True on the call. Royce Parham finished with 22 points and 9 rebounds for the Golden Eagles, who finished 12-20 on the season. Nigel James Jr. added 18, 7 assists, and 3 steals for Marquette. Number 23, Wisconsin, plays in the Big Ten tournament today against Washington. Tip-off is set for 2:30 p.m. The Badgers are 14-6 against Big Ten opponents this season. The teams played each other for the second time. Wisconsin won the last matchup 90-73 in February, with Brendan Carrington scoring 32 to help push Wisconsin to the victory. And the Miami Heat host the Milwaukee Bucks tonight after Bam Adebayo's historic 83-point game. Bucks forward Giannis Antetokounmpo is cleared to play after missing the Bucks' last game with a calf strain. Tip-off tonight is at 6:30 p.m. This True Sports Update was brought to you by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Gotta tell him, bro. Gotta tell him, bro. Ghetto John Brown. 27 standing for the home team. Neighborhood hero. Post-traumatic soul scream. Advocate. Wanna know where to give. Whose idea was it to blast a trick? Once they get back in the way, it's over. Ghetto John Brown. 27 standing for the home team. Hey. Neighborhood hero. Post-traumatic soul scream. Hey. Advocate. Wanna know where to give. Whose idea was it to blast a trick? Once they get back in the way, it's over. Tory Lowe. Gotta tell him, bro. Gotta tell him, bro. Tory Lowe. Gotta tell him, bro.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. We got a circus going on right here in the city. Timothy Olsen is on trial for kidnapping a 70, I think she was 78 years old. He kidnapped a 78-year-old woman, drove her around, drove to ATMs, took the money out. They said that she passed out because she was so tired that he drove around for like 16 hours. Now he's in court with all these shenanigans, trying to delay trial, firing attorneys, passing out. It's a whole circus going on right now. But I want to play some video on this. Kidnapping victim testifies. Finally got up to testify in court, and the judge allowed it to happen even after he started breathing heavy once she took the stand, tried to act like he was passing out in the courtroom. We got some audio and video on this if you're watching as we broadcast live. Let's listen.
Another day of what Judge Christy Yang calls shenanigans from 55-year-old Timothy Olsen.
Time and time again, doctor after doctor have cleared you, and this trial will go.
But he couldn't keep an 82-year-old widow from taking the stand.
We used to always go to Casa de Giorgio's for fish fry on Fridays, and we've been going there for years.
It was the day before Thanksgiving in 2022.
Well, I'll just stop and have a drink.
Prosecutors say Olsen approached her at the bar and offered to buy a drink.
I said, no, I always just have one.
Then followed her to her car.
And made it appear as if he had a gun in his jacket pocket and said, I have a gun, just drive.
She showed the jury how Olsen had a hand in his pocket, motioning as if he had a gun.
A pointing motion?
Yeah, it was pointed at me.
And then forced her to drive all over the city.
Were you afraid?
Oh, yeah. It was the worst day of my life.
Eventually, she says Olsen took the wheel.
Through the whole incident, I kept my hand on the doorknob.
And kept stopping at ATMs and gas stations with her credit card.
Or why didn't you just get out of the car and run at that point?
Yeah, you would have thought I would, hey. But I couldn't.
She's 78 years old.
I can't walk. How can I run?
She eventually passed out from exhaustion.
Were you terrified the entire evening?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
When she woke up the next morning, she says Olsen parked the car and ran away.
Got the window open about 5 inches, and that's how I could get my hand out to wave somebody down.
As she told her story, Olsen began gasping for breath.
This is another attempt by Mr. Olsen to delay this trial.
But the victim says no delay will ever wipe this from her memory.
Oh, wow. You know what? I can't. I was gonna say something, but why would you? Now you in court. You don't want to face the music. You got all these shenanigans going, delaying the trial. You just like a complete circus down there. Salute to the judge for handling this, getting this person processed, playing all these games, gasping for air. You wasn't gasping when you was riding this elderly woman around the community trying to steal her money. You wasn't doing all these shenanigans then. And then they said that he did it 16 hours to where can you imagine being with somebody who actually took you at gunpoint? They driving you all around for hours. Then she's old, so she goes to sleep. She just passes out and goes to sleep. Wakes up, he jumps out the car and leaves. And, that was just that was just completely stupid. I think that many times when you have people doing wild stuff and doing things to people, like I said, now they're getting in court, they want empathy and sympathy. The judge shouldn't show no empathy and sympathy for this case. Hey, look, joining me as we broadcast live, we got advocate Arthur Elizabeth Brown joining us. How you doing, Queen?
Hey, King. Laughing. He just like a fish. He couldn't breathe, huh? He just all in the chair flopping and come on. You know what I'm saying? It's so hilarious to me. Again, like you stated, we're in a state where when the elders, she stated she was exhausted. Can you imagine being I can't even imagine being.
Okay, hold on. We got to get Liz back. Let's reboot. As we broadcast live, we had Elizabeth Brown. We're going to get her back as Andrew's working to get her back on. But like I said, another sad situation when it comes to our elders being affected in a negative way and the shenanigans that's going on to delay justice. It's terrible. That's terrible. While we work to get Elizabeth Brown back, I want to head over to Providence. Can we get this Providence story going while we work to get Elizabeth Brown back? Man gets life for a deadly drive-by shooting. But when y'all see who the shooter is in this situation, I hope y'all watch as we broadcast live. I'm going to give y'all a quick second as we broadcast live. A man gets life for a deadly drive-by shooting, but y'all going to be surprised who the shooter actually was, or, a lot of people, this is making its rounds on social media. I hope y'all tapped in. Let's listen.
Pawtucket police say Rodriguez was the one to pull the trigger after noticing Leonardo Tavares driving through the city. Investigators say the shooting was targeted in part of a gang
3
feud,
feet.
but families still can't make sense of it.
They say time helps heal, but I don't think this is possible. 3 years later, and when that day replays in my head, the hurt still feels the same. The suffocation I felt when I got the news comes back. The stabbing sensation I feel in my heart comes back just as strong.
Oh, wow.
They described Leo as a loving and loyal person who put his family, especially his mother and son, first.
If you were part of his life, he would do everything in his power to make sure you were good.
But the grief goes beyond Leo's family, into the entire Cape Verdean community.
He didn't just break one heart, he broke many. There's a saying that all Cape Verdeans are related.
Oh, wow.
The defendant, he didn't just hurt Leo's family, he hurt his own family as well.
Something Rodriguez agrees with.
I'm sorry beyond my words.
Oh, wow. Andrew, hit the pause button on this, because you go back to the guy who did the drive-by shoot. Now, he got to be all of about 3 feet or something like that. How are you driving a vehicle and doing a drive-by and he got to be like 3 feet. Like, where's Johnny Knoxville? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying. Like, where's Johnny Knoxville? Like, this got to be a joke. This is the guy that did the shooting. He got to be all but 3 feet. How's his feet hitting the pedal and he, doing this and driving at the same time? He needs to go to jail. Like, if you crazy enough to do something stupid like this, he needs to be in jail. I don't know how he was able to pull this off, but he deserves every day behind bars. Just the ability to try to pull something like this off. Sincere Running Ray Real says, L laughing my butt off. I'm sorry, but what was he driving? A big wheel? I mean, how did he? I gotta go to break on this one. I can't believe how he was able to even do something like this due to the height. Did he just lean the gun over the window? Or, I don't know. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Hopefully we can get Elizabeth Brown back on the lines. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Milwaukee business owners, this is your moment. Every Friday at 8 a.m., call in to 101.7 The Truth for What the Business Is. Tell us what your business is, where you're located, and one thing you've learned along the way. What the Business is powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth.
This is your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
The WIAA basketball playoffs are in full swing, and 2 MPS teams are carrying the banner for the City Conference. The Milwaukee Juno Pioneers opened the postseason in emphatic fashion, overwhelming Kenosha Christian Life 79-32. Juno followed that up with another statement win on Saturday, surging past Living Word Lutheran 91-61. Now the top-seeded Pioneers set their sights on a sectional semifinal showdown against Cedar Grove, Belgium on Thursday night at Milwaukee Lutheran High School. In Division I, the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats are also dancing into the sectional semifinals after impressive victories over Rufus King 58-40 and Franklin 62-53. The Wildcats now prepare for a marquee matchup against undefeated Wisconsin Lutheran on Thursday night at Whitefish Bay High School.
This has been your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hawes Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Hawes of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
If you ain't know, I get the pesos. Got a lot of brothers, some of them play bros. They don't wanna say it, but they hate low. They all mad cause I got the Tory Lowe.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Hey, look. They roasting the 3-foot drive-by shooter in the chat. Oh my goodness. Not really. A city girl says too many people looking down on him. Wow. Oh wow. That's wild. She also goes on to say he's tired of people shortchanging him and playing them short. Oh wow. Ronnie Ray Real says, would this be considered small claims court? Wow. Terrible. Somebody said, whatever the case scenario, he came up short. Well, I want to head over to Connecticut. Where an ex-guidance counselor gets prison time for lap dancing on the students in Connecticut. What? Wait a minute. The counselor lap dancing giving the students lap dances. What kind of counseling is this? Wow. Well, we got some video on this. This is diabolical. This is diabolical. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Let's listen.
Prosecution called it a very disturbing case. A guidance counselor at Nathan Hale Middle School accused of performing sex acts on a 13-year-old student in her office. On Tuesday, the case against Louisa Melchione came to an end when a judge sentenced her to 4.5 years in prison, followed by 12 years of probation. Melchione previously pleaded guilty to second-degree sexual assault and risk of injury to a minor.
The allegations are far from who she is, who she's working to be. She deeply regrets letting her community and her school down and her peers.
Norwalk police began investigating Melchione in April 2024 after a tip about explicit texts with a student on her phone.
Here we go.
She was arrested a few months later and was no longer employed by Norwalk Public Schools. According to Melchione's warrant, the inappropriate relationship began in the spring of 2023 with the two exchanging nude photos. Then things escalated.
What?
The child stated that he would receive lap dances while in her office. The child also stated that Melchione performed oral sex on him on numerous occasions.
Oh, wow.
In court, Stanford State's Attorney Paul Forensic said he didn't know what compelled Melchione to engage in such behavior, but he acknowledged she's taking accountability. Melchione's attorney agreed.
She understands how sensitive a case like this is, and she's accepted responsibility by entering this plea and looking forward to the rehabilitation part of this program.
What is really going on with these teachers and these young boys? We got a woman in Milwaukee saying that the teacher is allegedly grooming her son right here in the city of Milwaukee. Now we got a teacher that's in Connecticut, not a teacher, but a guidance counselor. The person that's supposed to be, somebody you can come to, if you kind of need some advice, giving out lap dances. Wow. That's terrible. What are these kids up against nowadays? What's really going on? And these things are happening all over the place. And once again, matter of fact, the mother came on the Homer Blow show right here on The Truth in the Morning with Homer Blow, talking about a teacher that she alleges is doing things with her son and causing him to run away and assisting him in running away from her house. And as a matter of fact, while I'm on the air, I got a text from her. She said she wanted me to call her when I get some time. This is the message from the mother that was on the Homer Blow show. She says, when you're available, can you call me? I'm going to call her when I get off the show. But what I'm saying is, what is up with these teachers and these students? Now, this has been going on for a long time, too. You talk about bullying been going on for a long time. Teachers and students. That's been going on for a long time. Hey. That's crazy. I would have loved to get Elizabeth Brown's thoughts on that one. Oh, they said it's a whole YouTube video up on with Homer's interview with the mother. There's an interview up from the mother that claims that right here, a teacher right here in the city of Milwaukee. Well, I guess we have breaking news that the teacher is no longer a teacher while they sort this out.
No longer works at MPS.
Yeah, I guess she's not even charged by the police. She's not even charged. The police have not charged the mom, at least as of the time I got on this show. She has not been charged. Okay, but the mom released a bunch of text messages and things like that. Okay, well, we'll keep everybody up to speed on that one. Also, I want to get this story out there. A man hospitalized after ingesting drugs during an arrest. I guess this is a situation that is making its rounds in the media cycle. Man hospitalized after ingesting drugs during an arrest. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got video on this. Let's listen.
Just show the moments law enforcement officers arrested a 31-year-old man behind a home near 107th and Sheridan.
As soon as I heard
put your hands in there, put your hands in there. I grabbed my toddler.
The arrest happened in Christina Martinez's backyard. Just after 1:30 Wednesday afternoon, Milwaukee police say they were working with the FBI and DEA near 91st and Silver Spring when they received information regarding drug dealing.
Devastating. It really is.
Police say the suspect, who was initially driving, got out of the vehicle and a foot chase started.
Officers attempted to stop the subject, at which time FBI agents witnessed Milwaukee Police Department officers struggling with the subject.
There were just like a lot of screaming. I know the canine was barking.
Chief Jeffrey Norman says a canine officer may have been the suspect, but it's still unclear.
Chief, what can you tell us about this potential dog bite on the suspect?
So in the case of doing any type of yard searches, it is common to use our MPD canine.
At some point during the arrest, police believe the suspect ingested illegal drugs.
When officers became aware that the suspect was unconscious, life-saving measures were administered, including the use of Narcan.
He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Norman says officers were also believed to be exposed to the same illegal drugs.
2 MPD officer supervisors and an FBI agent were exposed to an unknown substance and were transported to a local hospital for evaluation and release.
All right, well, I remember a story a while back where a young man ingested some drugs during being in police custody. He died at the 5th District, which caused one of his friends to come up and shoot the 5th District up. So they acted, like from what I'm hearing, they actually didn't make the same mistake that happened with the 5th District officers. They got active around the situation once they found out that he ingested some drugs, and they took all proper precautions. And I think that they handled this situation well with the circumstances that they were given. So once again, they acted fast, probably saved his life. Gave him some Narcan. Once again, when we talk about officers doing crazy work, we got to also talk about the officers that did work to save a life. They acted in a reasonable time once they learned whatever took place. And then, this is one of the situations where we learn from the past where, nobody lost their life in this situation. And kudos to the MPD, Milwaukee Police Department, for saving this man's life after he ingested a lot of drugs in his system. So salute to the team that worked on this. I just wanted to say that because sometimes, when we point out when they wrong, you got to point out when they save a life too. So I just wanted to do that. Well, I guess that's it. I guess we couldn't get Liz back, but she will be back tomorrow. Look, once again, salute to everybody that's joining the show. Salute to everybody in the chat. Another powerful chat today. I appreciate everybody for joining the show in the chat. Also, everybody that called in to the show. It's Women's History Month. Salute to everybody that came and gave the flowers to the women in their families, in their communities today. It was a powerful conversation. Hey, look, join me tomorrow. We got a lot to cover this week before the end of the week. Keep your head on a swivel. Green don't always mean go. And look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you, Dr. Ken Harris. Up next.